What is up guys, Andy Forrest, the Dean Runner here. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm giving you guys my first impressions of the Saucony Kinvara 14. Well, this shoe's had a bit of a makeover, hasn't it? Last time I tested a Kinvara, I think was version 10, and it was absolutely abysmal. I got rid of that thing as soon as I could. Fast forward 4 versions, and we're talking about a shoe here that's lighter than my Vaporfly version 3, a higher stack and a much better ride. Absolutely buzzing to give you guys my feedback on this shoe today, and this one in particular is from the VisiPro collection, which is all about reflective materials being used to help you guys be seen in the dark. So a quick disclaimer before we dive into this. This is a pair of shoes that's sent to me for the purpose of review by Saucony. However, they have no editorial control over this video. They will not be seeing anything before you guys get to see it here on YouTube. So with that out of the way, we're going to be talking about how I tested them, give you guys a technical overview, and then dive in to my first impressions. So as you can see, these things have got a little bit muddy already. Yeah, I took them out on a 1-hour moderate run today, so I'm giving you some fresh thoughts straight off the back of that run. It was absolutely fantastic, but more of that later. What I wanted to do with this thing when I weighed it before I took it out there, I was like, right, okay, I haven't done much research into this. In fact, I've completely switched off from Kinvaras since my previous version 10. I just was not interested in the shoe whatsoever. But when I weighed it, it was like 256 grams. That's 3 grams lighter than my Vaporfly 3. I thought, okay, this could be a bit of a game changer. I knew the stack height had increased when I looked at the Saucony website, and I thought, right, is this going to be a moderate day shoe? Definitely not an easy day shoe, but this could well also be a workout shoe for me. So more testing to come, but for now, just a moderate run done. So let's kickstart the technical section by saying I went true to size in this shoe, UK size 13. We're talking about 4mm heel to toe drops. We've got 31mm of stack in the heel, 27 in the forefoot. And in my UK size 13, it comes in 256 grams or 9 ounces. And as always, we'll start away at the back of the shoe, talk about the heel counter, the ankle collar, the tongue, the lacing, the upper, and then move on to the midsole and outsole. Very quick apology, the B-roll shot for this shoe is indeed after the run. It is a bit muddy, I do apologise. There's a storm here at the moment and I just couldn't get out to film some nice B-roll, so you've got some muddy Kinvaras to look at. If we start ourselves at the back of the shoe, we've got a breathable mesh upper, reflective I should mention, that runs all the way around this shoe, and we'll start at the back. There's a few extra overlays. There is a bit of structure there, but it really isn't anything crazy, and the padding that comes up the top of the back here, the back of the heel here I should say, is nice and soft, very flexible there. It's just the more rigid section starts at the back there just to give you some kind of security, but this cushioning is the perfect amount that sits around the heel counter there and the ankle collar, hugging the foot nicely. And as with all Saucony shoes, we've got this form fit upper going on, which is where the shoe really hugs over the top of the foot, and that's a combination of a few things which we'll get to now, starting with the tongue. So this back section, as I said, is really comfy. The tongue, you won't see it on the overlay footage because of the lighting, but it is a gusseted tongue, and this is a very thin material tongue which sits over the top of the foot. Bit of padding around where the laces are, but this top section is absolutely paper thin, and great for a lightweight shoe. It's just what you need, to be honest with you, and it fits perfectly. It's quite a low cut tongue, so it only just comes up over the top of the laces. So not a standard lacing system. We've got what I guess kind of looks like flywire that runs for the first 3 loops which hold the laces in, and then we've got a couple of standard eyelets towards the top, plus the extra loop there, the extra hole there to do the runner's knot if you want to. But overall it held in strong, it held well, and I've got a wide foot. You can see how much I pulled the laces in, so it was really nice and comfortable, and that's where a lot of the form fit comes from. Form fit upper, Saucony talk about it all the time. It's a combination of that kind of gusted tongue, the way the laces really pull over the top of the foot, the hugging in the back section here, just everything. That what they're trying to achieve is when you slip your foot in, you just feel like the whole shoe just hugs the top of your foot, and it's really nice. And again, they've done another solid job in this one too. And as I mentioned, breathable mesh upper going all the way around. This is a reflective one, so hopefully helps you guys be seen in the dark. I haven't tested it fully in the dark yet, but I will do. because we're at that time of year. I got out this morning at dawn and then it got very light very quickly. So yeah, not much time to test that, but overall a very comfortable and well-fitting upper. We have a sock liner, which is Power Run Plus, and then the main midsole material is just Power Run. But I will say, compared to the Ride 16, which I've recently tested and featured in a video, this feels a heck of a lot lighter type of Power Run. They have said that it's more softer on their website. I would say it's still on the firmer side, but because this shoe is so lightweight, I do feel like it does feel less dense, put it that way. It feels less dense, and I moved quickly in it, so I didn't mind the firmness. I'm getting to prefer firmer shoes, if I'm honest with you, and this one worked an absolute treat. So yeah, the Power Run is a firmer foam, but the sock liner inside Power Run Plus does help with a bit of extra cush. And then the outsole, or lack of outsole, contributes to the weight. You've got a little bit of rubber here, a little bit of rubber there, and that is literally it. The rest is completely exposed outsole. This will be the key, I guess. Durability, who knows? I've run in plenty of shoes with exposed outsoles. And grip, we'll talk about that shortly as well. It doesn't offer the best grip in some of these conditions that we've been running in this morning, but what can you expect? As I said, it is a storm out there, and we are lacking a little bit of rubber there. But overall, all of this contributes to such a lightweight package. So that's it for the tech. So with all that out of the way, how did I find this shoe? First impressions, first run, 1 hour, just over 9 miles covered out there on a mix of tarmac and a couple of miles of very light trails, fire track trails, in a storm with flooding everywhere. How was it? It was beautiful. I loved it. I am buzzing with this one. This is everything I wanted the Ride 16 to be, but it just wasn't. It never was. So the Ride 16 put on a lot of weight from the previous version, and it just completely changed the way I wanted to use. The Ride 15 I could use easy to moderate runs. The 16 I just thought, okay, well, this is just going to be an easy run shoe. And the midsole foam just felt very, very dense, and it just felt very dead. It wasn't a particularly enjoyable shoe to run in, if I'm honest with you. This one definitely feels like the midsole is less dense. Now, Power Run is a firmer foam. And it is, depending on which shoe you're running, gives you a different kind of feeling with it, but overall you will get the general sense that the foam is on the firmer side. Then you've obviously got Power Run Plus, Power Run, what are the other ones? I can't even remember off the top of my head, but there's plenty of other ones as you go through the shoes in the Speed 3, the Pro 3, and of course Power Run HG in the Saucony Endorphin Elite. This one was a dream. I will repeat, 256 grams in my UK size 13. This is lighter than every single racing shoe I've tried this year. So the Saucony Endorphin Elite was 260, I think it was, same as the Vaporfly 3, the On Cloud Boom Echo, the Puma DV8 Nitro. This is lighter than them all. This is what I want in a speed day shoe. This is what I want in a moderate shoe. What I failed to mention as well in the technical overview is they've adjusted the rocker in this shoe, so the curvature, the geometry, to help you roll through the stride better. I definitely felt today like I could move, I could shift, and it wanted me to move. The shoe was encouraging me to go forward on my stride. This was an absolute dream. Now, of course, this is just one run, and I am going to try a speed workout in the shoe, and my thoughts already are there's going to be better shoes for speed. Despite the weight, I'm not sure how the midsole is going to work, but I feel like this is going to be a great moderate shoe like it was. Definitely not an easy shoe. I could do it, but not necessary. Marathon pace shoe, even up to tempo. I mean, top end intervals we'll have to see. Definitely going to take it out on that soon. But overall, wow is all I'm going to say. So in this shoe's favour, lightweight, completely changed from the version 10. I know we've had 4 versions since, but this is definitely going in the right direction. And the fit of the shoe, everything about it was brilliant. I genuinely, from one run, am so excited for it. Grip is the only downside, and I'm only saying that because I've run in really, really wet conditions. A lot of you, if you're running in dry conditions, this will be absolutely fine. For a British winter, we're going to have to see. I can imagine if the ground continues to stay quite wet. It's not bad in wet conditions, but if there's a bit of like mud going onto the pavement and stuff like that, you do have to be careful. I did have a few little wobbles here and there on the pavements where the mud was kind of creeping onto the pavement, and I landed on it. So not really trying to go out of my way to find anything slippery, but I just landed on it and it was a little bit unstable. But otherwise, if you're staying purely on tarmac and you're not in that situation, you'll be absolutely fine. So just bear that in mind with this shoe. Otherwise, I have nothing else negative to say about it. It blew me away with how lightweight it was, how light as a feather it felt on foot. Absolutely incredible. What a brilliant shoe, and what a brilliant evolution this thing has become. I was really worried about testing it from the version 10, but the 14 has absolutely lived up to the hype. So from your guys' perspective, if you're looking for just in general a lightweight trainer that can do a few bits and pieces, don't look past this shoe. Obviously, I will give further information and more testing will appear on the extra channel, but for now, I have to say, this has wowed me after one run. So I'd love to hear from you guys. I know the Kinvara 14 has been out for a while. I'm sure a lot of you have got it already. Drop a comment below if you have. How many miles have you got in it? Are you enjoying it? What are your thoughts? Where's its sweet spot? Do let people know. It'd be great for me to read your comments, but also for other people. And I will be doing more testing in this over the coming weeks, and I genuinely cannot wait. So those are my thoughts on the Kinvara 14. Massive improvement, buzzing from it. Grip's the only thing. Bar that, everything else is a massive plus in this thing, and I can't wait to do more testing. Appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please do consider giving it a like, share it with your friends, and of course subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I'll see you in the next one. Until then.